Welcome back, guys. So my Anbernic RG35XX just arrived and I'm here to do an unboxing of it. Let's get this open. I hate the way they package their products. Like I've said in the past, I get that they want it to be packaged properly, like, and stay intact while shipping, but come on. There we go. There we go. This thing is small. Like, I know I expected it to be small, but wow. It's small. Opening it up. Yeah, that is small. As is custom with Anbernic devices, you get screen protector, a guide, and a charging cable, I assume. It's nice to have multiple USB-C cables, I guess. Pretty long one as well. Getting to the actual device. I like the atomic purple color. Okay, there's a mini HDMI port on the top, a USB-C port, and a headphone jack on the bottom, volume buttons on the side, a bunch of stuff on the back. How do you turn this on? Oh, I completely neglected this side. This side has a port for an extra SD card, plus the one they gave, which is apparently a 64 gigabyte card. That probably has like all of the system information on it. I'm not sure what that R button does, but I think this is the power button. Is it dead or something? Why isn't it turning on? Is it actually dead? Are you serious? It's booting up. Game rooms? Favorites? Oh, that sound is so annoying. Okay, God. Oh, good, I can turn that off. Let's just try an SNES. Let's try, what is Kirby Bowl? That's just a screenshot from Smash. Let's try Kirby's Avalanche. I have no idea what I'm agreeing to. So it's like a Tetris. I lost. Alright, now that we've established that it works, I'm gonna go test it and like play around with it a bunch, maybe install some custom firmware, and then I'll come back to you guys with my initial impressions. Alright, if the color looks weird, I'm still not used to using these lights. So it's been a few hours and I've been testing out the RG35XX and I have a lot to say about it. A lot of it I probably will save for my review whenever that comes out, but also I just want to say my first impressions here. So after I finished filming that part of the video that you just saw, I started to test it out and I like played around with it on the stock firmware and I was like, wow, this sucks. So I just went to Black Seraph's Patreon page because I support him on Patreon. He had his like custom firmware, like his very bare RetroArch on here. So I downloaded that and this is much better. It's very bare bones, but compared to what the stock firmware was, this is great. Oh, I fixed it. I thought I broke the audio or something. I think this device is perfect for the obvious systems, Game Boy Color, NES, SNES, all of the old retro 2D game consoles. And the best thing about it is that this is like the perfect size for a budget device like this. And the buttons feel nice. Like they're not like that clicky, but like the B, A, X, Y buttons feel nice. Start and select don't feel as shallow as I'd expect them to. The D-pad feels nice. Sometimes it like miss inputs, but I think that's just my fault. The back triggers, while they don't really do anything, actually feel kind of nice. They're very clicky. I haven't tested out the headphone jack on the bottom or the mini HDMI port on the top. I will probably eventually and give you like some gameplay off of it to see if it's worth it. But my biggest recommendation is that if you get this, download that Black Seraph custom firmware through RetroArch. It is so worth it. Like, I get that you might want to just keep it like you bought it, but this bare bones RetroArch firmware is so much better than what they send this with, because that is like just mocked up. It has bad translations of games, stuff like that. This has a very bare bones RetroArch interface, but it plays games really well and allows for a bunch of filters and a bunch of stuff if you know your way around RetroArch. In terms of form factor, I think this is like the best size, because like my hands don't really cramp on this. Like, I haven't used it for too long, but like my hands sit like this, which you might think is uncomfortable, but it actually isn't. And like if I'm just using the D-pad and the phase buttons, they'll sometimes sit like this, like intertwined. And also in this RetroArch front end, the power button on the side acts as like a backlight like it changes the color. Like it makes it brighter or darker, which is actually really useful to use on the fly. Like I didn't even notice until I went to turn the system off and the power button wasn't working. The audio is like glitching. All right, I'm just gonna play around with this a little more and give you my full thoughts and my full review. But for right now, I like it. Controls are great. Build quality is great. I'm not sure how long it lasts on a charge, but yeah, I will see you guys in my full review. I hope you have a happy new year, because I am uploading this before New Year's. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you in 2023. Bye-bye.